Hello. Everybody hear me? Hello, everybody. I am back. It's been a second, but I'm back. I don't know what the delay is, if there's a delay on the stream or whatever, but yeah, there's a little bit of delay on the stream, but I am back here to break down and round up some WFL news, considering it is week 10 trade deadline. And I still am unable to stream the games at this moment. I should say, uh, hopefully, we should be back for week 11. We can't come back this weekend because I have a few things to sort out first with getting able to stream and all that due to the softwares and all that. But as you can see, we have a new one here, Restream. This is the one we're going to be using from now on. So, welcome back. We're back on the streams. We're We're back and ready to do this. Give me 1 second. Okay, I guess that's how it is. Quick. All right. All right. Now, if you see the poll, there's a little poll for some of the best moves that'll tell you some of the best moves that have happened so far, but let's break down some of the best WFL, or I guess just all of the WFL moves, best or not. I don't know if some are good, some are bad. You can decide for yourselves. A lot of them are pretty good, so let's see it. All right, let's see. Am I showing the screen here? Yes, I am. Here we go. Yeah, right there. All right. Maximize. So here we're on the Hot Sports page. I'm showing this. So our first bit of news comes out of Tampa and Dallas. Dallas trades for veteran linebacker Brandon Johnson and gets a 4th-round pick with him, sending Isaac Schmidt and a 2nd-round pick over to Tampa. That was kind of the piece of news that kicked all of this off. That was the first trade that happened. Next up, we have New England making a whole bunch of moves. They've done, let's see what it says. They traded for Gerard Surtain. They gave up a 2nd and 3rd rounder, and they also signed Derek Larson and Marley Riley. So they signed a few big players. Carl Anderson announced he is going to retire at the end of this season. So New England has one more season to get another ring. I should say Carl Anderson is already an Earth Bowl MVP, so it's not the biggest. It's not like he's going to retire without a ring if they don't win this year, but that is something that to look out for. Next, you have Jonathan Quist. He's signed with New England. You may recognize him from past years. He was first a backup on the Stockholm Bros, and when their starter David Tate went down, he stepped up and what the heck is that? I don't know what that is, but he stepped up and took the role for a few games before they got their new QB, and then he went to Seattle, had a few pretty good games there as the backup, went in once or twice because the starter got hurt once or twice, and he spent most of his time here on Seattle, and he recently was released by Seattle not too long ago during the middle of the season. And so New England picked him up, a division rival of Seattle. So Quist has changed teams once again, this time to a division rival of one of his teams. And then the most recent hot sports news was 5 more retirement confirmations. So 5 more players at this, because Carl Anderson came out and said, "Oh, I'm going to retire now." 5 more players came out and said, "Hey, we're going to retire at the end of the season too." So Boise quarterback Philip Walker says this is his last year. It's quits after this year. Tombstone wide receiver Kelly Snyder. He is retiring at the end of this season as well, along with his offensive teammate Craig Gibbs, halfback for Tombstone. Both of them are retiring. They were free agent signings, I believe, earlier in the inaugural season, I believe. Then Chad Wilkerson recently left the Boise Buffalo, the team he's played for all this time, signed with New England on a 1-year deal. He's out after this season. And then Saifo Kolon on Arusha. He was a free agent for a long time. Nobody signed him for some reason. Arusha signed him on a 1-year deal for the last year of his career. People speculated that they might retire at the end of this year because they only signed 1-year deals. But they've confirmed it. They've confirmed they're going to retire at the end of the season. So that's what Hot Sports has given us. Let's move on to CIN Sports, where we got a few more big newses. So preseason week 1. So there's only been 2 things in CIN Sports, but they're somewhat big. Jerusalem and Atlanta trade. Joshua Pace, all-star QB for Jerusalem, has been sent to Atlanta along with a second rounder, and in return, Jerusalem got Atlanta's first rounder and got one of their third rounders. And then St. Catherine making a move for their team, grabbing Wayne Robinson, all-star linebacker from the Boise Buffalo, and along with a third rounder in exchange for a first rounder and 2 fourth rounders. So he was handed 2 fourth-round picks. Boise was handed 2 fourth-round picks in addition to their first rounder. So Boise's got 3 more picks and lost 1, whereas the other teams lost 1 or 2 and all the other trade stuff. As you can see, they kind of switched picks and only got 1 pick. Boise got 2 picks out of that. Next, I don't believe anything out of the ordinary. No, it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary there. And still just NLF news. So that brings us to the free agency signings. Well, too far back. I believe we're supposed to be around here. So we already got past all these. This was before the week. So here's where New England kicked into gear. So obviously Derek Larson, Marlon Riley, Jonathan Quist, we just talked about them. New England also signed a star running back in Will Bowles. I don't know how to say that. They also signed Jannard Malinen. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how to say that one either. These are all NLF stars. So they did pretty good on their NLF teams, and now they're up in the WFL. Too many leagues. My mind's getting twisted. Then Arusha signed 2 offensive linemen, Desmond Jarvella and Alfred Kata, however you say that, signed 2 all-star offensive linemen to bolster the offensive line, give them a little bit of a boost. They're already the best team in the PFC as it stands right now. So they don't need too much help, but they are certainly grabbing a little bit more. New England also then signed Tenny and Tila. I'm going to say Antila because there's 2 I's. And I don't know how 2 I's interact with each other, so I'm just going to say Antila. Tenny Antila, defensive lineman, New England signed him as well. So a few big guys here, a few big, signers, obviously. Arusha made 1 or 2 big signings. New England's done a lot of heavy signing. Both Israeli teams have done a few trading. Tampa's made a few big moves. Did they make another move? Or was it just 1 move? I feel like they trade someone else. Tampa, Boise. Maybe not. But a few teams have made a few moves. We still got a few more moves left to go in this week 10 signing period. So in the meantime, while we are done looking at the signings, we are not done with the stream, because we're going to look on to week 10, and we're going to go and see just kind of the week we have ahead of us, so we can see kind of what these new signings are going to amount to, who's gonna benefit, who's gonna probably wish they didn't give up some people, all that stuff. Here we go. Let's see that. So let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. And if I see it right, I do. All right, here you go. So now on your screens should be the should be any minute now. Like, I guess for you guys it's going to be instant, but for me it's taking a second. But should be the schedule. So without further ado, let's get on with that. So Paris and Malmo are going to be playing at 3 a.m. in Paris. That's going to start off our week 10 on a Saturday. Next, Warsaw and Tampa going to battle it out at 9 a.m. 11 a.m. we're going to move on to Zurich and Los Angeles, and then 5 p.m. is going to be Seattle and Arusha. So we won't be able to stream any of these games, unfortunately, but we will announce the scores, and I might post like a Retro Bowl video or one or two of them. But either way, moving on from Saturday. So here's the games on Saturday. Arusha is going to have that a little bit of O-line help. Tampa is going to be missing a linebacker for that game. And I think that's all the moves so far on Saturday. Let's move on to Sunday. St. Catherine and Cork. St. Catherine's going to duke it out with Cork. And that extra linebacker help is going to be a little boost for them. That's going to be a nice addition to their defense when playing Cork. So Cork needs to bring their A game this week against St. Catherine. Sarajevo and Lyon. This is the game we would have streamed if we were able to, but it's going to be a little bit before we can stream. But Sarajevo, Lyon, no big moves, I believe, from those two, but that's still a heavyweight match right there. Despite the fact that Lyon is not doing well in their division, they still have a shot. So that's a pretty important game right there. And Sarajevo needs this win if they're going to have any hope of making the playoffs. I say any hope. They have a long shot. They have a good shot of making the playoffs, but it's a lot easier if they win this game, and a lot easier if they win their division. Next, Dublin and Madrid. Madrid recently just got a new owner. So did New England, but Madrid more recently just got their new owner, and he is ready to make some moves, and so they're going to be facing off against Dublin in Dublin at 6 a.m. on Sunday. Next, Stockholm and Arisdale in Bro Stadium. So Stockholm, I think they made a move. No, I think they might make some moves. I think I've heard they might make some moves soon. They could use a few moves, and Arisdale is fighting with Dallas, so Dallas could also benefit from a few moves made by Stockholm there. Tombstone, Jerusalem just gave up their QB. They kind of are quitting for the season. Not in a like a oh well we're gonna quit, but like the season they've decided it's pretty much over. We're gonna get the picks we can, and we're gonna look forward to next year. So Tombstone might have a good game there. They might have a good shot at making the playoffs this year. Boise and Berlin. Boise just giving up a big player. Berlin might advance a little bit, or maybe Boise shows they don't need Wayne Robinson. Atlanta versus Palermo. Atlanta needs a few wins here. They're 3-4-1, I believe. So they're that extra quarterback. They haven't had a solid option this season. So that extra quarterback or that quarterback signing is going to be a pretty good one here for Atlanta, helping them out against Palermo. Denver and Helsinki. Not the greatest teams, but at this stage in the league, anyone can still win. Nobody's counted out yet. We've only got 5 games left, but the margin of win and loss is pretty small in a schedule like this. So, 5 games left, that could change a lot as far as playoffs go. So Denver, Helsinki, even though it doesn't seem like a great matchup at first, it could definitely impact a lot. Lisbon, New Jerusalem City, 2 teams that underperformed this year. You didn't expect those 2 teams to not do as well as they did, but they ended up not doing too well this year. Wonder what caused that, but whatever it was, Those are two teams that could use a win right now, so they'll be battling out for a win. Wallerock and Springfield, two underrated teams. Wallerock's not having such a great season, haven't had one in a little bit. Springfield is new, having a pretty good season considering they're new to the WFL. I think they're like 3-5, so that's not horrible. They need to battle for another win, make it 4-5. Hopefully, they can get another win after that. Keep climbing on that. We'll see. And then 5 p.m. on Sunday, New Jerusalem, Dallas. Just a giant heavyweight battle. I think it's like 7-1 to 6-2. So that's a big battle right there. Both teams Goliaths in the world of the WFL. I'm sad we can't stream that one, but we just don't have the equipment for this time. But that's going to be a good game, high scoring game, good run offenses, good passing offenses, good defenses, good everything on both teams. If I think don't expect that to be the Earth Bowl matchup because they can't play, but maybe a preview of the WFC championship game. And then finally, on Monday, 9 a.m., Monday special, New England at Batter. So we're going to see New England, who's been making a whole lot of signings recently, go into Batter and try to get a few more wins, try to claw their way to the top of the division. I guess they already are around the top of the division, but they're going to try to claw their way to number one and claw their way and stay there. So they're going to try to keep Sarajevo down. A win would certainly help. If Sarajevo, I believe they're playing against Lyon, so that's a little bit tougher of a game. And Batter is not as tough as Lyon usually is, but that's still no reason to count this team out. New England's going to need a win here to keep their position and to battle with Sarajevo for that top spot in the PFC Central. So that's kind of the games we have so far. A pretty exciting week of football. Let's take a look at the next week and see what we might be able to stream for that week. Let's see, Arusha Arisdale, that's an option. We probably will see Arusha Arisdale, New England, Springfield. I think we're going to see. So 2 Saturday games next week I'm hoping for. Again, it could be the case where I don't get this done in time and I don't get the streams up. And so don't take it as like, oh, I'm going to stream that weekend. Cancel every plan if you would cancel every plan you have for a WFL stream, but don't like expect it to be like written in stone. But I'm pretty confident we can get it running by week 11. So week 11, 2 Saturday games. Looks like Wallerock Batter, that might be an easy 3 a.m. Lyon, Dallas, that's a pretty big battle right there. Jerusalem, Atlanta, that could be interesting considering that Jerusalem, Atlanta just had a big trade. So that might be a game of interest. We'll see about that. Malmo, Warsaw, two top dog teams right now in their divisions. St. Catherine, Helsinki. St. Catherine's going to need to, with the way Cork's fighting recently, they're going to need to beat Helsinki after Cork, win or loss. Lisbon and Berlin, that's going to be a redemption game possibly for Lisbon. That could be a chance for Berlin to like kind of stick it to the league and say like we're here and we are here to stay. See Zurich and Madrid. Madrid is going to go on the road again for another week. They're going to need a few more wins to make the playoffs this year, so they need any win they can get. Cork and Denver, that's going to be should be an easy game for Cork, so probably not streaming that one. Seattle, Stockholm, that's going to be a big matchup. Jonathan Quist's two former teams, and he's not going to be present on either side. Tampa and Paris, that could be a pretty interesting matchup in that part of the day. And then New Jerusalem City and Boise, a division matchup. But I can tell you, we are definitely going to stream this Monday. I'm going to do everything I can to stream that Monday. Sarajevo, New Jerusalem at 9 a.m. That's a big game. That's an awesome game right there. That is a game for the ages right there. I will definitely get to stream that. Yeah, I can definitely stream that one. I can't confirm all the other ones because I can't actually be present like 3 a.m. Again, these are all Mountain Time, I should say. So for anyone on the East Coast, if you're on the Eastern Time, add 2 hours. If you're on whatever other time, take away 2 hours. No, wait. If you're on Pacific, take away an hour. If you're on Central, add an hour. And if you're on the East Coast and you have Eastern Time, add 2 hours to that time. That's the time the stream will happen. But for sure, so I can't be present at like 3 a.m. my time because I'm going to be asleep. So I have to like pre-record some of these. I've done that a few times now, but I will definitely. That is the problem I'm having with the streaming thing is I can't pre-record just yet, but I can live stream as I'm doing right now. So Sarajevo, New Jerusalem is coming to you no matter what. That game will be streamed. We will have a Week 11 stream confirmed. Yeah, we're doing Week 11, March 31st, 9 a.m. Mountain. It's like 11 a.m. Eastern. It's not the most like ideal. Yes, this is the right slot time, but it definitely I can work with that. I can get up at 9. I can get up before 9 a.m. stream that game. So we're gonna do that game no matter what. So at the very least, Sarajevo, New Jerusalem in Yugoslav Stadium. That's happening. No question about it. That's happening right there. And then we may see a few other games throughout. There's a few other interesting games we probably could stream. And there's 2 games if I can pre-record. Well, maybe here. I might be able to stream this one regardless, but that's going to be a little bit hard for me. I'll see. But yeah, we're definitely doing this one. So don't fret. This one is happening no matter what. And on that same logic, maybe this one. If there is enough people who want to see Batter New England, I might be able to do that one. So don't lose hope. I might be able to stream on March 24th. Funnily enough, my birthday's on March 25th. That's the day before. So the day after that, I'm going to have a birthday. So yeah, day before my birthday, I can make time to stream that. I'm going to have to solidify New England's roster for that for week 10, but yeah, so if you want to see that one, if you want to see New England batter, I can try to get to that one. And I can maybe try New Jerusalem, Dallas. I'll try some of these, but I can't promise anything except for New Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, Sarajevo. That one's getting done no matter what. And I'm gonna try for New Jerusalem, Dallas, and enough people want it, I'm gonna go for New England batter. So keep your eyes peeled, and if you want to see that game on Monday, this upcoming Monday, March 24th, just let me know. Yeah, go in the server, send some messages, all that kind of stuff. Send me some messages. Let me know you want to see it. So anyways, thank you all for watching the stream. We've been going for about 23 minutes now. I think we've rounded up about all the news. I will just go ahead and check real quick that we don't have any news. In the time, nope. Okay, no new news. No new news. That sounds weird when I say it, but there's no news that has happened in the time since I've started this stream. So that is about all the news we have for today. Thank you for watching this WFL stream. I think I completely forgot to play the WFL theme song. So I'll just play a little bit of that right now because I'll play that as a little bit of an outro. So thank you for watching the WFL. Tune in maybe Saturday, maybe Monday, definitely the following Monday. 100% the following Monday, maybe on Saturday and Monday upcoming, and probably on Saturday and Sunday the following. So we've got some streams coming. We're coming back. We're going to try to do some videos as well. We'll get some stuff done. We are back. We are operational, up and running. Everything's up here at AOSP. Thanks for watching. Play. This has been the WFL. Thank you for watching.